You will be creating a house relief sculpture. This means the sculpture is going to be hanging on the wall, but it will have a lot of texture to the front of it. You will start by doing your research, and once you've done your research, I would say make some copies because that will help you as you're sketching your sculpture, your template for your sculpture. I'm using a ruler because it really helps me make my edges straight, and then I can also use my ruler to measure against the edge to make sure that everything stays parallel and perpendicular. You can add shrubbery in the background. You can add those to make sure that the structure is strong enough that you don't have little thin areas that could possibly make your piece break. And once I've cut this out, I'm also going to make a support structure in the back, and I'm going to draw that out just to help me figure out how I'm building my house sculpture. Next, I'm going to go to the slab roller and create a slab. Here, I'm using a scraper to take the texture of the canvas out of my slab. And then I'm going to softly trace my lines onto the clay. Now, it really helps to have paper that's not too thin, so copy paper might not be the best paper to use here, just so you don't break your paper. And then I'm going to use a little sponge to clean the edges up. And as you can see here, I have a piece of cloth underneath that will help me move my piece around nicely and also keep the piece from sticking to the table. You can also use a piece of paper for this. You can also have a piece of cardboard sitting under your piece. Next, I'm using a slab roller to make the cross beams. They have to be the same width, so make sure that they're all the same width, otherwise it's not going to sit against the wall properly. I'm slipping and scoring. Slip is watered down clay, and I will have containers ready for you with slip because you'll definitely be using that for this project. To make sure you score both sides and then put slip in between the two little areas. That will help everything stay together well. Next, I need to plan where the holes are going to go. Those are going to be for hanging my piece later, and you want to have them in the middle of where the weight is going to be. So if I do it in the very middle of this piece, the weight is going to be heavier on the right hand side, so I'm making the holes a little bit more towards the right hand side, and I'll do that in just a minute. I know this is going very fast. I've sped up the speed of this video, obviously. All right, and that's where I'm determining where the middle of the weight is going to be. And we have hole cutters, but you can also use any kind of tool. The holes just have to be big enough that you can get wire through at the very end. Once you've added your support beams, it's a good time to put your piece away for the day. You'll want to keep it lightly covered, but the idea is to start getting it leather hard so that when the next day you turn it over, you start working on the front, it's not quite so soft anymore.